Well, Jason, now that we have 400 in the room and we have all of the hype around Vanderpump Rules, everyone wants to know, and we can only say so much on here. We keep it pretty PG on the public platform, but if you guys want the behind the scenes tea, members only tonight, 7 p.m.
Yes,
Eastern.
tonight.
Jason, shall we get into Vanderpump Rules?
Let's get into Vanderpump Rules. What the hell are we talking about with Vanderpump Rules? Which possible thing that happened over the weekend are we going to talk about?
Do you want the negative or the positive?
Well, let's start with the negative because that's where we all live in the whole scandal. So,
okay, the negative. Jax Taylor. We love a good Jax Taylor moment, right? Well, Jax Taylor has now come out and said, production is pissed. Not only are they pissed, they are absolutely furious with Rachel. Why do you think they'd be furious with Rachel? Well, guys, if you didn't clock my video this morning, it's because when Rachel did her TMZ interview in front of the nail salon, it was within hours, legitimately hours before the actual reunion. The problem with this is when you're a part of a cast like this, you have certain things in your contract that limit what you say, what you post, sometimes who you associate with. I mean, they own you, essentially. They own you. True. And they're going to gag you. Right now, the entire cast of The Real Housewives of New Jersey, they're not allowed to post about each other on social media. They're not allowed to like posts about each other. Nothing cryptic. They are legitimately on gag orders. And if you mess up a gag order where you decide to speak up, well, usually there's a fine. And if you keep doing it, then there could be some ramifications. But Jax went on to say this. I'm going to read this to you and I want to see what you think. The fact that Raquel literally hours before the reunion decided to sit down in front of a nail salon and just dish on everything that we're supposed to talk about at the reunion, not only to just sit in front of a random nail salon, like you're doing this for free. And not only that, you signed a contract. He also went on to say, I want to know if she keeps claiming that she has this team. What team would allow you to do that? I've been in TV for a long time. I know how production works. To go in front of a camera and just spew everything literally hours before the reunion, they must have been fuming. How do you not press charges against her? Lawsuits, he wants to know. Because the amount of press that Vanderpump Rules is getting and everything leading up to the reunion, like this is a big deal. There's a lot of money going into this. So for her just to spew all of this information, why would you even watch the reunion now?
She did a one-on-one with TMZ is basically what she did. We talked about this.
Right. He said that she was basically giving away storylines from a show that had so much buzz. And he also added on to this, if they ask you not to talk about it, you can get sued for a lot of money, which is absolutely true. Everybody's getting ready for this reunion, right? Everybody's so pumped about it, this and that. And then somebody just comes along and spoils it. Just think of how many people you're going to piss off. So I don't know the details of how much trouble she's going to get in for this, but there will definitely be some ramifications. I mean,
when this happened, right? We played it on here, I believe, and it just looked so pre-planned. Someone had told me that there is chairs outside of this nail salon that she was at, but it just looked so like there was one chair. There was one chair outside of the hair salon. It wasn't even a nice day in LA. It was cold. She was wearing a hoodie, doing all that. It was so like, come talk to me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's the same way with Tom Sandoval's.
Yeah. I mean, listen. Oh, we're still going to get into this. What was I saying? Thank you so much for the super sticker. And Ebony Dix for the love and support.
Oh, thanks, Ebony.
We also really appreciate you. We love you both. And thank you for being here. Yes. I mean, for her to go on and do that, right now we're hearing, based off of what Lala said recently in a podcast interview, she said that Ariana is drawing her line in the sand, meaning it's me or it's them. She will absolutely not refuse. Well, she will absolutely not film with them. She will refuse to film with them. What are your thoughts about this? Because at the end of the day, you're filming a TV show. The TV show has ups and downs. It has cheating scandals.
Yes.
And 9 times out of 10, Andy has said this multiple times, we don't like ultimatums. I was asking Shaylee about this downstairs. Guys, don't go in on Shaylee. But she made an interesting point. She said, Shaylee's rolling her eyes right now. She made an interesting point. She's like, don't you think that a lot of people will want to see how the cast reacts to Tom and Rachel next season? Like if they had to choose between Tom and Rachel or Ariana. And I said, to be honest with you, I think people, yes, will be curious, but also I feel like fans will boycott the entire franchise if they tell Ariana, okay, you can get lost, who right now is a huge fan favorite, she just landed a major movie role. She landed Dancing with the Stars. People love her right now. Everyone's cheering for her. And if the network says, you know what, we're gonna choose the two cheaters, actually, and Ariana, you can get lost, people will boycott the show.
I mean, there's different ways you can go around that. You can give her and Katie some kind of spin-off while they open their sandwich shop, but who really wants to watch that? The thing is I think
I would watch that.
The thing is I think you can remove Tom and Raquel from the show. I really do believe you can. And I believe they can do it in the right way. I feel like Tom Sandoval has kind of played out all of his storylines on the show. I think he has lived his story on the show, and you're good. You keep Tom Schwartz around, have Raquel and Tom come in and talk to Tom Schwartz and meet up, see what's happening with them, bring Brittany and Jax back to stir it up again. And I think you still have a few more seasons. I think that is not such a bad idea. If everyone will film together, maybe they're put on pause, maybe they're friends they're on a day rate. Tom and Raquel, they come in, they shoot with Schwartz, they'll shoot with whoever will shoot with them. And then that's cool for one season. And maybe next season we bring you back and then see if anybody will react to Brittany and Jax coming back. I was shocked at how much when they appeared on Watch What Happens Live, I was that interested to see them. I was like, why are they on? And then I watched it and I'm like, okay.
I thought it was great seeing Jax in his new face.
Steven Seagal.
Yeah. I love seeing Brittany. She's a breath of fresh air. And to be fair, I really thought Jax was fired from the show. He wasn't fired from the show like Stassi, Kristen, Max, and Brett. He walked away from the show because they wanted the villain and he wanted to be the father, the husband.
Wasn't there a contract negotiation that didn't go right there?
Right, but that's not getting a phone call saying your whole life is coming to an end. You're not making $500,000 this year. Sorry, we're letting you go. That's a little different.
It is different. And the thing is the only options Vanderpump Rules has is to bring an old cast member or somebody back. If for some reason Tom and Raquel can't film, if Ariana wants to make that ultimatum, and they go along with it, and they can't film with each other, then you have to bring someone old back. You cannot do a new cast in Vanderpump Rules. We saw that season 8. It didn't work. I mean, are we still talking about Charlie? No. Does anyone remember Max or Brett? No. Danica? No. You know what I mean? Like, we don't remember these people because A, they're not memorable, and B, that this show is focused on one group of people, and it needs to stay focused on that group of people.
Right. No, Norma, this is a great question too. What did Rachel say in that TMZ interview that was that bad? I've heard more info about the reunion from other cast members. Well, she addressed a few hot topics, including her affair with Tom Sandoval, Ariana's response and saying that she spoke with Ariana on the phone, which is what we all wanted to know. Ariana's response to Rachel's apology. She spoke about her temporary restraining order for the first time when it came to Sheena, which was also supposed to be on the Vanderpump Rules reunion.
These are all things that could have been like, I understand what Norma's saying too, though. I understand we've heard that there's been reactions and things, but all of the answers she was giving to TMZ are all great trailer things for the reunion. And those all got nixed, like everything. Have you talked to Ariana? What was that like? We already have that reaction. We've seen it on TMZ, while she was getting her nails dried or waiting for her Uber or whatever the hell, sitting outside watching Up and Atom on her phone. I don't know, so it just, she gave a lot away.
You are funny. I can't wait for Jason's Vanderpump Rules after party because
Lord, I need to put that up because I need to put our drink up. I just don't know where I should go.
Yes. Okay. Now, I want to ask you, Jason, do you think that there will actually be fines or legal ramifications towards Raquel?
For sure, there will be a fine.
Okay.
For sure, there will be a fine. I mean, housewives have gotten fined for
Kelly got $18,000.
Yeah. Housewives have been fined or I don't know if I can say anything, but from talking to certain people. Or going on doing an interview on a YouTube or a podcast or whatever without the permission of NBC, without the permission of PR, just so they're aware, they get fined. So I would assume, just like in those housewife contracts, you would get fined for, yes, you can't avoid not talking to TMZ. They're in your face all the time, right? This seemed like someone made a phone call, though, maybe her team or whatever. And it was just too much. Like, say maybe one or two things, or thanks guys, like whatever, or go inside, like get off the chair. She just sat there and she's like, do you want to know anything else? Like she's like, let me pull out my notes and I'll tell you. Well, I did talk to Ariana on the phone, and like, it just was too much. It was too much. So yes, that's a fine waiting to happen, in my opinion.
Brian Scott Patterson, I completely agree with this. 2 words. Where's Katie when you need her?
Media training.
Dots of grace. Jason, you should do something using whiskey to honor the whiskey that Tom was crying into at the bar after the reunion.
You know what really sucks is their whiskey's actually really good.
I mean, it is really good. So there's nothing that sucks about it except that Sandoval is included. But are we just getting petty at that point?
Yeah. I mean, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do I still want to go to Schwartz and Sandy's? I never really wanted to go, but it wouldn't deter me from going. Like, I would still want to go if I wanted to go.
Yes. All right.
Especially
before
if Pump wasn't an option.
No, I mean, listen, before we move on to anything else, any other topics, I wanted to ask you, because I did one of those things. We're sitting by the pool and we were in Miami because we went there to go meet up with Bali from Family Karma. As you guys know, we talked about this in the morning meeting. And we're just waiting around. So up by the pool, whatever. And I was posting Ask Me a Question. Someone asked me, do you think Ariana would ever do Dancing with the Stars? I'm like, 100%. She would absolutely do that. It's happening. And then boom, less than 48 hours later, we get an announcement that Ariana Madix is joining Dancing with the Stars.
Nice.
What are your thoughts?